Mounting evidence against Kim Soo Hyun continues to grow as new details emerge about his involvement with Kim Sae Ron. Brands seem to be distancing themselves from him, his ads being taken down, and more of his past comments continue to resurface. The situation has escalated to the point that his company, Gold Medalist, is now stepping in, attempting to debunk every single claim. From how old Kim Sae Ron was when they apparently started dating, to accusations of pressuring her to repay her debt, and so much more. We'll be going through Gold Medalist's entire statement, alongside evidence that netizens have uncovered on their own. But first, let's recap what happened in the last video. Before we get started, I do want to say that we will be touching on some sensitive topics, so if you're not feeling up to it, I'll catch you in another video. I will also leave some links in my link tree as always. Kim Sae Ron's alleged aunt gave an interview to a YouTuber claiming that Kim Sae Ron started dating Kim Soo Hyun when she was 15 years old and he was 27. She also alleged that after Kim Sae Ron's driving incident, Kim Soo Hyun's company did cover her debt, but then seemingly later asked her to repay it, which she could not. It seems that when she tried to contact Kim Soo Hyun about this, he ignored her, so she responded by posting this infamous photo of the two, trying to get a reaction out of him. But instead, rather, it seems that the company just denied that they were dating and acted like they didn't know why she was posting the photo. So those are the allegations being made. And of course, a lot of people started attributing him to Kim Sae Ron's tragic passing, which of course was ruled. So from where we left off in the last video, Dispatch ended up stepping in. They basically went through each point, talking about the debt as well, how she couldn't repay it. They also verified the text message that we saw where Kim Sae Ron was basically saying, "It's not that I won't repay you, it's that I can't right now. I beg you, please save me." They also revealed that they did reach out to Kim Sae Ron after she posted that photo. Basically, this text message reveals a Dispatch journalist reaching out to Kim Sae Ron, and she does respond, but she's basically confirming that she's not releasing a statement about the photo, and she's also asking the Dispatch journalist to not reveal these text messages in an article, to which he tells her he won't share it in an article. It seems that after she passed away, Dispatch also contacted Gold Medalist, specifically in regards to her repaying her debt, and they basically say that they didn't have any intention of actually collecting any money from her, with Dispatch asking, "Why did you send her a certified notice?" Them responding, "We had no intentions of receiving money from Kim Sae Ron. We thought we wouldn't get it. We only followed basic procedures because there could have been a case of malpractice brought up." Dispatch goes on to ask them if Kim Sae Ron knew about this formality. Was Kim Sae Ron under the impression that she actually had to pay back that money? Was she aware of this? And they're basically confirming, from what we know, her manager got in contact with her at that time. We needed the documents for it. Dispatch pushing on, but Kim Sae Ron seemed very anxious about receiving the notice, with Gold Medalist responding, "She was told the company paid out the compensation. We knew we couldn't get such a large amount from her. We told her she could pay it back when she brings in a profit for the company or when she can afford it." What's being pointed out here is that it seems Kim Sae Ron felt really burdened by this debt that she felt she had to pay back but couldn't. But then it seems Gold Medalist on their end seemingly didn't even expect her to pay it back, that it was just a formality. They were just sending her the bill because legally they had to, but that they knew she couldn't pay it back. Dispatch end off the report by saying that there's not one factor that led to Kim Sae Ron tragically passing, but that they don't think Gold Medalist acted in her best interest. From there, a third photo of the two was revealed, and it seems that even a letter and postcard were revealed from when he was doing his military enlistment, where Kim Sae Ron's nickname is used, Seronero, and he uses a different name to sign off on it, YouTuber Kim Paris. But here it is translated, "Seronero, I had a drink in Paris. I bought this postcard from a souvenir shop and took hold of a pen. I promise to keep nagging on you. I love you, Seronero. You make me so proud, Seronero. You're so amazing, and I'm sorry forever. YouTuber Kim Paris." One of the letters reading again, Seronero. There's language used such as, "What a great day for writing something and thinking about you, Seronero." What I'm trying to say is, I just want to share what I think is good, what I find as joy, what I'm looking at or feeling. I want to share these things with you. It's hard to see your face, but I still want to share with you how I feel inside, what I'm feeling. I don't want to burden you, so I guess what I can say is, I miss you. So of course, while he was doing his military enlistment, Kim Sae Ron would have been 17 or 18 years old. So Karo Sero got a hold of pictures he allegedly sent her while in his military service. So here's the first picture. Of course, we can see him wearing his uniform. Here he's getting an IV treatment, but then we get more information from her aunt, her alleged aunt. According to her, it seems that they found out about this relationship a day before he enlisted in the military and that they were against it. Of course, she wouldn't have directly told her mom at first that she was dating someone because she kept receiving personal photos from him that we found out and tried to stop her. Sae-ron said she told him not to fool around with a young kid like that. What do you think he would have said to her to make her date him? He said things like he sincerely valued her, he was serious about her, things like that. He was totally serious when he said that to her. Of course, she knew he was way older. She told him not to mess around with her, not to joke. We know about that because Sae-ron told us later on. But she said he was serious about it. Later on, when he made his company, he promised to take care of her because he loved her. He talked about it as if he would take responsibility for her. That's why she left YG Entertainment when her contract was ending. Normally people would shop around for agencies, but she went there because they were dating. So from there, it seems like Kim Sae Ron's mother spoke out about this as well, basically saying that she's doing this because she wants to restore her child's honor, which was destroyed in a split second by articles full of lies. I'm not trying to gain something or to sow discord. I only hope that her life will be remembered and treasured posthumously as an acknowledged actress. I don't want her to become someone's gossip, so please help me restore her name posthumously. So of course in the last video we talked a lot about past comments being brought up again. Resurfacing. Netizens finding quote-unquote evidence to kind of fill in the blanks. So we're going to go over more things that netizens have found, either things that were specifically said or rumors. Starting off with actor Wonbin, as there was a rumor that he actually wanted to pay off Kim Sae Ron's debt. So this rumor about Wonbin is exactly that. It's a rumor. It literally comes from a netizen comment left on a video, specifically Karosero's interview. Now more specifically, people were really looking into Kim Soo Hyun's past, things he said, starting off with an alleged photo of when the two first met, Kim Sae Ron and Kim Soo Hyun. So a lot of people brought this up and were disgusted of how young she looks. People also brought up a tweet that Kim Sae Ron posted herself where she uses the nickname Seronero. And this was on May 20th, 2016. She would have been 16 years old. This is of importance, of course, because in the postcard, he addresses her as Seronero. Then people brought up a post from 2008 where he discusses his ideal type. This is allegedly his post, but it reads, "You have to be sad because of me, want to die, regret everything, and no matter who you look at, you should only think about me. Above all, you should never doubt me. Don't interfere in my matters because it's annoying. I'm good at swearing, but when I need you, you always have to be there because I crave attention. You need to be quick to understand things because I'm hot-tempered. If you try to teach me, then you're dead. Buy me some medicine. I tend to get sick often. I have an arrhythmia. It's called ventricular tachycardia, and I need surgery. Now try to love me. If you can't, just throw me away coldly so I can at least cry sorrowfully." People then brought up a comment he made towards a child actress who was 13 years old at the time, Kim Yoo-jung. "I guess I previously thought of her as too much of a baby. After seeing her in real life, I thought she was really confident and smart, and I didn't feel like she was young. I can't wait to see her mature, and I think I'll be able to soon meet her as partners in a drama." Similarly, an instance from 2010 with actress Park In-bin resurfaced as well. It seems he ran up to her and gave her a teddy bear. She was 18 at the time, he was 22, making him a legal adult. So here's the gif in question. He just gives her a teddy bear and runs off. From the comments I'm reading, it seems that they feel that the doll as a gift is a little creepy when people usually give things as flowers. And they're just pointing out all these types of interactions, adding up. Again, from 2010, his comments about an actress who was 15 years old, Nam Ji-hyun. In regards to the specific show they were acting in, he said, "It felt so weird, like my younger brother had stolen my girl." Ji-hyun is a real fox when it comes to acting. Even though she's much younger than me, I learned a lot while filming Will It Snow for Christmas. She understands everything, camera angles, how to deliver her lines, all of it. On the first day of filming with Ji-hyun and Sang-chong, I couldn't sleep because my stomach hurt so much. I was so jealous of how she was praised by the director and adored by the senior actors. I guess that's why my eyes were burning with so much competitiveness. He also made a comment about then 16-year-old Son Yeon-jae, a rhythmic gymnast, basically where he said that he was a fan and publicly said, "Let's grab a meal together sometime." Then an instance with 17-year-old Kevin from U-Kiss, with Kim Soo Hyun saying, "But the way you talk is really cute," with the subtitles even saying, "What's wrong with you?" Kim Soo Hyun then says that touching Kevin feels good as he came from San Francisco. Han Seung-yeon responds, "What is this?" and the subtitles also saying, "Suyana, Kevin is still young." So of course there's been a lot of consequences to all these accusations, right? There's brands that are trying to distance themselves from him. Actress Seo Ye-ji actually telling fans that she has nothing to do with him. I wish people would please stop. I am in no way affiliated with him and his cousin. I don't even know why I have to explain myself, but I'm just extra frustrated tonight. Good night, Yeyes. Now it does seem that the drama he's filming with Disney Plus will be continuing their filming as scheduled. There was a rumor that Jeju Air actually took down his advertisement with them, but it seems that they take down from all old advertisements of models that don't work with them anymore. Kim Soo Hyun was our model 10 years ago. Videos featuring him as well as other past models have already been set to private. There was then a rumor that he would skip G-Dragon's Good Day filming, but then an acquaintance of him said no, he's still gonna go, but at a limited capacity, with this acquaintance apparently saying that there have been no demands for him to withdraw from the show. From my understanding, the Good Day production team trusts Kim Soo Hyun and is waiting for him. He is keeping his promise because it has been planned for a while. He is filming for Disney Plus K-drama Knockoff alongside Good Day. But he does go on to say that Kim Soo Hyun is having a really hard time right now, that he's completely out of it, so he always has a staff member next to him, but that he is going up to each staff member and colleague and apologizing. And it does seem that the Good Day production team did confirm that he did participate, but minimally. The brand Dinto put his stuff on hold, though initially it seems that the CEO left this comment saying that they trust him and support him, but Prada most recently severed ties with him. In consideration of the gravity of the issue, we have mutually agreed to terminate our contract with actor Kim Soo Hyun. This decision was made at the headquarters level, and as of now, we can confirm that the contract has been terminated. People are also reporting the state of his physical ads. You see this one turned around. This one is being taken down. This one as well. And then it seems an industry insider was talking about his penalty fees, how much he might end up having to pay for all of these brand deals falling through, which is ranging from about 483,000 USD to 690,000 USD. This would be because if you have a contract with somebody, if you get into a controversy, they no longer want to work with you, right? Because it doesn't look good for them. So there would, in theory, be penalty fees for that. So let's get into Gold Medalist's statement. So originally they basically said, we'll release a statement next week. You can expect a statement from us next week. We'll provide all the facts and so on. However, they decided not to wait until next week because of Kim Soo Hyun's psychological state. So let's go through this whole statement as they want to debunk everything. They start off by talking about Kim Soo Hyun, of course, his psychological state, that following Karosero's broadcast, he's experiencing a lot of confusion because now Kim Sae Ron's death is being linked to him. He's being blamed for it. They also claim that after the broadcast, there were people with cameras basically waiting outside the company's main entrance until dawn. On March 13, around lunchtime, individuals with cameras were seen loitering around the building, continuing the psychological pressure on Kim Soo Hyun. So because of all of these circumstances, they're asking for people to understand why they're doing this urgently and why they're deviating from their plan to wait until next week to talk about this. So let's start off with the original claim, which is Kim Soo Hyun and Kim Sae Ron allegedly started dating when she was 15 and he was 27. So this is the first claim that they're tackling. They claim that this is not true, that the two actually started dating in 2019 and stopped dating in 2020. So in 2019, Kim Sae Ron would be an adult in Korea. Now, according to them, the photos that Kim Sae Ron shared back in March of 2024, you know, the infamous photo, as well as the photos shared by Karosero, were during the winter of 2020. They make note of the clothing that she was wearing, saying that the shirt was actually released by the brand in 2019, so there's no way that this could have been from 2016. So they deny that she was a minor in the picture as well as a minor when they started dating, that she was an adult, 19 years old. So for another photo that was released, it seems that they were able to get the metadata for it and that it apparently dates from December 24th, 2019. And another photo is confirmed to be from the same date because of their matching outfits. They're reiterating that she was an adult at this time. Moving on to the military letters that we saw and the postcard. They're explaining this as letters sent to close acquaintances. As can be seen from the content, Kim Soo Hyun was adapting to military life and often wrote in detail about his daily life to his friends. Expressions of missing someone are common among soldiers and their close friends. So they're claiming that Karosero is making ordinary letters seem like love letters, with Kim Sae Ron's public nickname Seronero, which has been used since 2016 as we can see from that tweet that we saw earlier, being misrepresented as a private nickname between the two. Then we get to Kim Sae Ron's aunts because they're claiming that according to a media report, this person isn't actually Kim Sae Ron's aunt, but rather a family acquaintance, like her mother's acquaintance. Distorted information based on a source whose identity is not even clear has led to the creation of rumors without any verification from the parties involved. The extremely private lives of the two have been forcibly exposed by others, causing immense pain not only to Kim Soo Hyun but to those around both individuals. So they chalk it all down to a past of two adults who dated then broke up, being distorted, and an act of prying into the deceased's private life and defaming their character. It is incredibly painful for one person to endure such matters due to their private life. But then we move on to the financial issues, of course. The original claim was that gold medalist tried to extort a lot of money out of Kim Sae Ron, putting her in an incredible amount of debt that she couldn't repay, which a lot of people in turn believed was the reason for her passing. Due to Karo Sero's reports, Kim Soo Hyun has been portrayed as the devil who drove Kim Sae Ron to her death. In fact, they're claiming that gold medalist paid off all the remaining debt that she could not pay off. They said that they worked with her to resolve various penalties, which amounted to around 1.014 billion won, and that they reduced it to around 700 million won. Now, they do make mention of her vehicle because it seems there was a claim that they seized her vehicle and sold it off to repay her debt, but this seems to have been her request that they repair and sell her vehicle to help with the debt. But they do go on to outline the penalties. So, penalty amount due to drunk driving incident. KEDS advertisement 390 million Korean won, Bloodhounds drama 700 million Korean won, damaged commercial property 24 plus million Korean won. So here would be the total amount of penalties. But they're basically saying that they wrote this off as a loss for them, as shown in their audit. So here they provide this screenshot of their audit and they write off this amount as a loss. So as for why they had to ask her for the repayment, they basically say, in this process, we had to comply with the legal procedures between us and Kim Sae Ron. If we were to arbitrarily bear the penalties that Kim Sae Ron should have borne, it could lead to the establishment of a breach of trust against the executives who made that decision. And there was a risk that the costs would not be recognized as a company expense. If we lent the money to Kim Sae Ron without interest or collateral, without any procedures or documentation, it could be seen as providing illegal benefits to a specific individual. So this kind of ties back to what Dispatch was saying, because they told Dispatch, they had no intention, they had no expectation of Kim Sae Ron repaying them. They knew that she couldn't. But Dispatch was kind of pointing out, well, did she know that? Did she know that you had no expectation that she would pay it back? Because she seemed really anxious about this. So they're basically saying, this was a formality. We had to do this. But they do end up answering the question on whether or not she knew about this. But they go on to explain that a law firm advised them to do this. Because if they didn't proceed the way they did, if they didn't at least attempt to get the money back, it would look like they were forgiving her debt, which would raise concerns about a breach of trust by our executives. Thus, it was necessary to confirm that we made efforts to secure our claims against Kim Sae Ron. So when she sent a message to Kim Soo Hyun asking, it's not that I won't repay you back, I just can't right now, not in this large amount, I beg you please save me. So the company is denying that Kim Soo Hyun paid this himself, right? It's the company paying off her debt. So Kim Soo Hyun didn't really have anything to do with it. So when she messaged him personally, he sent that message to his company asking how he should respond, and they gave him the advice that he shouldn't, because it's not between him and her, it's between her and her creditor. So their response to him is basically, it seems there's a misunderstanding as the other party lacks accurate legal knowledge. So it would not be appropriate to respond to such matters without confirmation from an expert. The company will contact Kim Sae Ron's agency with legal experts to resolve this amicably without misunderstandings. So it seems that's the reason why he never responded to this text message. So on that note, the text message right beside is apparently Kim Sae Ron's side basically praising gold medalist. We would like to express our gratitude for the sincerity your company has shown to our client over the past period, and along with this, we wish to convey our intention to take responsibility for the damages your company has incurred. With the determination of the amount of damages the client is liable for, we hope to coordinate and adjust the future repayment plan through mutual agreement. So they're claiming that with this text message, everything was concluded and that Kim Sae Ron was aware that she didn't have to repay them. And therefore, it wouldn't be reasonable to link her death to this specifically. Gold medalist understood the difficult circumstances of our former actress Kim Sae Ron, and while not seeking repayment of the loan, took care to prevent her from incurring gift tax as much as possible according to the law. This was another thing that they brought up. If they simply just forgave all the debt, she might have incurred a gift tax of sorts. Additionally, in the process of paying her penalties, we treated it as a loan with 0% interest and also set the late payment damages to 0%. It is only heartbreaking that this has been distorted as if we pressured her for repayment repayment, and that it has been maliciously portrayed as the cause of the deceased's unfortunate decision a year later. So then their last segment is titled, Who Benefits from the Unauthorized Disclosure of Private Lives? They reiterate all their points, that the photos from when she was an adult are being portrayed as photos from when she was 16 years old, that her aunt isn't her aunt, and so on. In this process, Kim Soo Hyun has been dragged into being the scapegoat for the tragedy faced by the deceased. They're claiming that context has been removed and that distorted evidence turns someone into a criminal, and if they are a criminal, everything they do is a target for condemnation. So with that, they bring up, everything that he said in the past being brought up again. We've talked about that, along with provocative images that unlawfully leak others' private lives. Claims that Kim Soo Hyun dated Kim Sae Ron when she was 16 are repeated. In this process, falsehoods become established facts, spreading through the internet and generating countless fake news. It is nearly impossible for the party being condemned to refute all this, and even if they attempt to, it requires an enormous amount of time and effort to organize the vast amount of evidence and material. In the meantime, the party suffers irreparable damage. They go on to confirm that the photos are real, but it doesn't make Karosero's claims truth. Kim Soo Hyun, simply because he is a public figure, cannot just unconditionally accept numerous falsehoods and personal attacks. The reaction to Kim Soo Hyun's private life have been disclosed so far, or may be disclosed in the future, are something he must endure. However, we want to ask whether it is acceptable for the private matters of two adults to be disclosed without consent, and whether he should have to endure all this due to the non-consensual disclosure of private lives. So that ends the company's response to all of this, the company trying to debunk every claim being made. However, a lot of netizens just simply don't buy it. In fact, a lot of netizens have found their own evidence seemingly refuting the claims that the company themselves are refuting. So let's get into that as well. So netizens are pointing out some inconsistencies in this new statement in comparison to a previous statement that the company made, basically denying that the two dated. So of course, when that photo was revealed, gold medalist basically denied that they were dating. Now, I've seen different translations of the statement. In some translations, it's basically saying the rumors of Kim Soo Hyun being in a relationship with Kim Sae Ron are unfounded, or rather, the rumors that they're currently dating are not true. So with that specific type of wording, it could be interpreted as, well, they might have dated in the past, but right now they're not dating. So I just want to point that out, because some people are saying, well, they lied in the past, said that they weren't dating, and now they're confirming that they did date, so therefore we can't trust what they're saying. And I'm not here to tell you what you can and cannot trust, but somebody did point out in my comment section that the wording specifically that they're not currently dating could be a way for the company to deny the rumors currently, but without denying that they had ever dated before. So not that they're lying necessarily, but the wording is very specific for that reason. But then we get to the t-shirt. So in their statement, they're saying that this t-shirt was made in 2019. So how could this picture have been taken in 2016? So some fans are saying that the t-shirt was actually made in 2014, but re-released in 2019. But we also have people pointing out the text message from Kim Sae Ron to her cousin, where she's allegedly personally confirming that the photo was taken in 2016. The photo posted on my Instagram story was taken in 2016, and we dated from November 19, 2015 to July 7, 2021. Now, the rest of this quote-unquote evidence is just like, oh, his glasses were gifted to him in 2013, let's say. So because the glasses were gifted in 2013, it doesn't necessarily mean that he couldn't have worn them in 2019, but people are just pointing that out. Or her hairstyle wasn't like that in 2019, it was actually like that in 2017, stuff like that. So not that it would be impossible for them to wear those things in 2019, but people just pointing out that it might be more close to an earlier timeline. So the glasses in question seems were actually gifted to him back in 2013. Then a specific hat that he wore in one of the photos, he was also seen wearing in 2015. And then people pointing out that this was the hairstyle that she had in 2017, and that her hair was different in 2019. So that is all the information that we have so far, from the initial claims being made to gold medalist refuting those claims to netizens refuting the claims that gold medalist is refuting. But that is where we're going to end this video. Of course, if there's anything new, I will keep you updated, but that is where we're going to end this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'll see you guys in the next video.